like eat what you kill. There's always been a chance at Clear to make a name for yourself and to create yourself opportunities. I have, a competitive drive. I have a desire to prove myself. I do not want to be seen as that I don't create value. And then problem solving, I think I'm just really obsessed with finding, solutions to problems because they bug me. I started taking calls from the other departments because there was no one there. No one asked me to, but I just figured, well, all these people are calling in. I don't know how to solve these problems, but I have Google. Like, I can figure this out. It's like that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to, if there's a problem in front of you, try and solve it, figure it out. If the answer is just you don't know, find out. Like, there are always ways to find out answers. I mean, this is the age of the internet. Like, it's all at your fingertips. And even though this was 2011, guys, the internet still was around. So I don't know how old you are if you're listening, but it was there. Again, I think for me, it was like seeing that a problem was happening. It was something that was in my purview, but no one was really responsible for. And so instead of necessarily asking for additional responsibility, I just took it upon myself to try and solve that problem. I got pulled out of the call center. That became my full-time job. And I started working directly with the COO at the time, John Hart.
There's two ways to be noticed. One of those ways, honestly, is to have a good relationship with somebody, really develop that relationship, right? I mean, this is real life, people. That's the other way is to do things that make you stand out to where you can't not notice it, right? I actually specifically remember when I met you, and I just went upstairs and observed for 20 minutes. I remember honestly thinking, man, that guy doesn't realize that he could be running something and an executive type. I remember actually thinking that.
I just raised my hand. Look, I'll take this on. I'll run payroll for Concierge. I'll run their books. And did I know how? No, but I knew that I could figure it out. I've proven that I can solve problems. So that was one of the things. It was an opportunity was created, and I jumped on it. To your point earlier about knowing somebody or just making yourself impossible to be invisible, you've got to be willing to step on that line a little bit. Be not afraid to fail, because otherwise, you're going to stay in your spot.
You can do your job, and you can get paid for your job, and you can do a good job at it, and that's completely fine. But you can also see the opportunity for what it is. Know that you're at a place that will notice. I mean, now you make that call.
Yeah.
You know who goes above and beyond. There's always something more you can do. There's always something more that you can assist with, and it gets noticed. I promise you. And if it doesn't, then do it bigger and do it louder and take on more roles. If you see something that needs to be done, help out and do it. It actually doesn't take more effort. Sometimes I think it takes more effort to not go help where it's needed than just to go do it.
It's so much harder to find good people who know how to solve problems, who know how to be adaptable, than it is to find people that can just get the job done. Every part of this requires problem solving, and it requires the ability for you to kind of diagnose part of your job that's what's the reason that you're not as successful as you could be, and are you waiting for your manager to fix that, or are you going to try and make yourself better? Do you know a hole that exists that you can bring to your manager and be like, hey, this, I feel like this is happening, this is why it's happening, and I've been trying to do this, and I feel like it's going better as I'm doing this. Maybe this is something we should start implementing. Those people it's so hard to find. And it really comes up to are you willing to maybe step out of your comfort zone and grab that a little bit? I don't want people to think I'm useless. Mm-hmm. And I don't like running into the same problem over and over again. Yeah. And I think that everyone does at their job. And there's just a difference. So if you've run into this problem 3 times, are you thinking well, I guess I'm just going to keep doing this every day, or are you thinking, no, I'm going to find out why this is happening.
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
And who's going to figure it out? Well, I'm the one having to deal with it. So who else should figure it out? Let me figure out a solution. I'm going to take it to Chris, show him. He'll be impressed, and he'll remember that I did that.
100%.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is how you get noticed, and that's how you get thought of as a leader, and that is how promotions happen from within and all that.